Hi, pleasure to meet you. My name is Brandon Craner.
Hello, Brandon. My name is Stephanie McConnell. Now, as you know, I am shopping around School Corp and looking to sell, so why don't you go ahead and start? Tell me about your interest and your plans. I have some ideas of my own, but I'd like to understand your side before I begin. How does that sound?
Well, that sounds great. As you know, I am looking to extend BE Corp into a professional teaching and tutoring business. School Corp is a perfect opportunity for BE Corp. Although we are not currently involved in teaching and tutoring business, it is the realm of work I've always been interested in and passionate about. I'm looking to purchase School Corp for the right price and to continue on the business. I don't plan on splitting School Corp. I plan on running the corporation as it is currently running. I do plan on expanding the corporation outside the East Coast to the Midwest and further. I also need to find the right people to run the business as, to be honest, I do not have the most experience in this area.
Okay, as I understand it, you want to keep School Corp together and expand the business. Those are some lofty goals, and I respect that. However, it sounds like you are a little worried about your lack of experience in this field.
Well, yes. Although I run a very successful corporation in BE Corp, my success, in some part, depends on finding the right people to manage sections of the corporation consistent with my plan. Now, what are your interests and ideas?
Well, I too would like to expand my corporation, but I don't have the time or money, which is the reasoning why I'm shopping the corporation. I didn't know School Corp was going to be so big and there would be such a great demand. I wouldn't mind staying with the company for a little while to make sure the transition is smooth and the expansion is done appropriately.
I see. So what you're saying is you wouldn't mind, after a possible purchase of School Corp by BE Corp, continuing with the corporation to ensure a smooth transition and expansion.
Yes.
Well, I do have a little problem in that I have little expertise in this area of professional teaching and tutoring. Further, I don't really have anybody trustworthy right now to spearhead an expansion.
Then let's solve that problem.
Great, I love problem solving. I have the funds, times, and connections to expand School Corp.
And I have the knowledge and experience to assist in that expansion.
Then let's discuss a possible buyout, and if we can come to an agreement, then discuss how you can continue to work for School Corp and carry out my expansion plans. We'll meet tomorrow. Hi, pleasure to meet you. My name is Brandon Craner.
Hello, Brandon. My name is Stephanie McConnell.
Stephanie, obviously you know the reason why we are here, but I'll explain anyway. I don't think I can continue to work for School Corp without a new contract. I have worked here for 5 years and have given School Corp everything I have. I have been a loyal employee and have helped expand this corporation, but I've only had one raise, a 1.5% raise. I think I am due more compensation.
So as I understand it, you believe you're entitled to more compensation because of your assistance in expanding School Corp and being a loyal employee. Further, if you do not receive more compensation, then you may have to find work elsewhere. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, I see your point, but we do have a promotion policy for School Corp, which you're aware of because in your contract it states this policy.
So, it sounds like you're not interested in giving me a raise. Can I ask why not?
Well, Brandon, as I explained during your initial contract signing and at your 3-year review, we have a promotion policy in place here at School Corp. Every 3 years, employees are eligible, depending on performance and other factors, to receive a raise between 1 and 5% of their current salaries.
Alright, well, is there anything else as to why School Corp won't give me a raise?
We also have to consider other employees. Brandon, you have been a very successful teacher and tutor for School Corp, but we have other employees who are very good as well. If you were to stray from our policy, then other employees will also ask for a raise. There is a slippery slope issue breaking our policy. I know your work is very valuable for School Corp, but I cannot break company policy.
Okay, so you do not want to break company policy, and you're worried if you did, then that would present a slippery slope and other employees would approach you for a raise. Did I understand that correctly?
Yes, you did.
Would you mind if I expressed my reasons for a raise?
Sure.
Well, as I said, I understand the policy and the potential slippery slope issue. However, with that said, I think I deserve the raise, and I have some ideas to prevent any issues with not following exactly the promotion plan you have.
Okay, I'd like to hear them.
First, I've worked here for 5 years as a teacher and a tutor. I enjoy the work, and I believe I'm very good at the work since I am very patient and such an understanding person. I have received a 97% approval rating from all of my students and their parents. I have been awarded Employee of the Year the last 4 years. I have never been tardy, I take vacation only when necessary, and I've only had 1 sick day out of the 5 years. Besides work, I'm also starting a family, and I will need more money to accommodate such a family. I want to continue working here, but I need a salary which reflects my current value to School Corp, and a salary which supports my family.
Okay, I understand what you are saying and where you're coming from. You believe you deserve a raise because of your stellar performance for School Corp and because you are starting a family. I understand that, but how do we avoid the slippery slope?
Well, my idea was that you could keep the current policy in place, but add a clause. That clause would be if an employee, such as myself, receives certain awards and maintains an approval rating above 95%, which not many employees achieve, then such an employee is eligible for a raise. I would be more than willing to draft this new clause and present it for approval.
Brandon, that could work. How about we both think about this some more and come back tomorrow morning to discuss if this could work?
That sounds good. Thank you for taking the time to sit down with me and hear me out.
No problem. I think this was very informational and successful.
Hi Stephanie, I'm glad you agreed to meet me about the purchase of your home.
Hello, Brandon. No problem.
Okay, let's get down to business and be honest. I wouldn't mind if we exchanged the numbers we're both looking for. I like to be honest, and although people typically don't negotiate like this, I believe we know each other quite well and trust each other.
Well, okay. I was thinking I should lie about the numbers and use that tactic, but I'll be honest.
Nice, thank you for being honest. Well, my target price was 100,000. My minimum or resistance point is 150,000.
Okay, well my target price was 180,000, but my minimum or resistance point is 140,000.
Well, at least we have a bargaining range, although a slim range between 140,000 and 150,000.
I'm a little hesitant about being open with this negotiation as I essentially just gave that $30,000 profit range.
I understand, as I also will potentially spend 40,000 more. Well, as you stated before we met today, you did mention timing was an issue though.
You are right, I do need to sell the house soon.
Then let's split the bargaining range. I'll purchase the house for $145,000.
Deal. This was the easiest and friendliest negotiation I think anyone has ever had.
Stephanie, you will not receive a raise at all, so we're done talking about a raise.
Really? Before I continue, let me go to the balcony and get some perspective on this.
Well, are you better?
Yes, I'm better. Now that I have some perspective, I bet your reasons for not giving me a raise are because of a policy, right?
That's right. Now, there is no budging from that policy. I don't like discussing this, and I have a suspicion that you're going to force me to change the policy.
Brandon, that's not true. Here, let's discuss this more, and let me tell you some reasons for this raise. Now, as I understand it, you're hesitant to change the policy, and you think I'm going to make you change the policy. Is that correct?
That's right, but I'm not going to change it.
Well, how about we keep the policy the same, we just add to it?
Really? How would we do that?
Well, we can keep the promotional policy the same. People will get a raise based on their 3-year scale. On top of that, we suggest that we add a possibility for people to receive a raise if they have certain approval ratings.
How would this work? I'm still skeptical of this.
Okay, for example, I have an approval rating of 97%. I suggest that we implement a system where people with an approval rating of 95% or higher are eligible to receive a raise.
No, that would cost too much money. You don't know what you're talking about.
Actually, this would not cost too much money. It would improve business. In fact, it may increase profits.
Increase profits? Explain that to me. I just see more money coming out of my pockets.
Well, currently there are only 2 other employees who have an approval rating about 95%. Therefore, not all the employees are eligible for this raise, and actually only 3% are. Further, you could cap such a raise at a certain percentage you deem appropriate. Lastly, this will also improve business by motivating people to achieve higher approval ratings. Settling with a rating of 95% makes it difficult, but also possible. This is a motivational tool.
I understand. This might work. Let me think it over.